Hi. You realize your organization needs good feedback in order to thrive. And if you want to use online surveys as one of your feedback tools, you likely already know that SurveySparrow offers the best prices and value. But you still have to decide which pricing tier is right for you. If you don't know how logic rules can help you customize your surveys, or what an API is and how the number of those available can greatly impact the functionality of your survey, and how important it is to randomize questions, I'm going to walk you through each of those as well as each of the personal and business pricing tiers for SurveySparrow. Now, if you're a business customer, you can go ahead and jump ahead to this time right here. I'll be walking through the 3 business plans. Let's jump right into the personal plans of SurveySparrow. We do have an affiliate link in the description, and I greatly appreciate your support in using that to help support our channel so that we can provide services like this for you. All right, here we are on the SurveySparrow website. I'm already on the pricing page. If you're not there already, you can just click right there to find all this information. One thing to point out right out of the gate, you see that there's 3 different platforms, the free, basic, and premium, and the prices that coincide with that. This is very different if you're signing up for a yearly at a time versus a monthly plan. See, the monthly goes up to $39.59, but if you commit to a year, it's down to $19.29. Big difference. So, of course, advantages either way, but weigh that out as you're making a decision, and don't forget that that button is key to the pricing levels. Now, you can read for yourself how, as the 3 tiers go up, the number of active surveys you're allowed to have, how many responses you can receive, and the number of questions you can have per survey each do go up. But I do want to take a moment to highlight how SurveySparrow has both classic and chat-styled surveys. The chat looks like this. You can see it how it basically looks as if you're chatting with someone like you would on your cell phone. Very familiar communication methodology, and is really comfortable. So love that feature. Everything else about the free one seems pretty self-explanatory. Only 3 ways to share. The app integrations and APIs. That API is a application programming interface. That's really important. You get 1,500 app integrations with Zapier, which is a tool that helps websites and apps on cell phones work well together. So that's how many you have available, but you can only get 100 of them activated per day. So once you break that number, you're no longer able to integrate with other apps, which is pretty much the lifeblood of how people communicate these days. So that number increasing throughout each level is very important to watch, and be mindful that's probably going to be one of the first limitations you're going to hit if you go with the free option. You can integrate with Microsoft Teams, Google Analytics, and Slack. Those are probably tools you're familiar with. Jumping up to the basic program, $19 a month. If you commit to a year program, includes everything that they're free, but it does jump up to include a few new items. Display and skip logic. What this involves is, let's say you ask a question such as, how would you rate your experience out of 5 stars? And someone puts 1 star. Well, you can have the next question say, how could we serve you better the next time you come? And customize to the fact that they don't have a good experience. Whereas if we give you 5 stars, you can have the question go to automatically, would you like to share your review on Facebook? And you can customize the question that come up next based upon logical sequences you can tie to someone's answers they've already given. So that's pretty cool. You get 10,000 contacts, because that's the point at which you start getting email services directly through the program. It exports now, so you start being able to work with your data to CSV, PDF, or XLS. And you get 500 APIs per day, so 5 times the amount you get for the free one, and also begin incorporating Google Sheets and Facebook Pixel into your integrations list. Jumping up to the premium for personal use, you see your numbers go up quite a bit. You have 2,000 responses, 6,000 email shares. SMS share, that, of course, that's texting, so you can now share them via text. And that's one of the great things about SurveySparrow. It is, in fact, a mobile-first platform, really trying to identify the fact that people are predominantly not interacting online via their desktops or laptops, but on their mobile devices. You can upload files directly through the premium package. Multiple thank you pages, so you can tie those in and have different ways of appreciating folks for having taken your survey. I want to park here for randomization for a second. Randomization is very important. If you don't know a whole lot about surveys, basically people are lazy. So if you give someone an option and answer a question that's A, B, C, or D, and A kind of makes sense, a lot of people, when taking a survey, will simply click A because it made enough sense for them to keep moving, and will not even read B, C, D, or E. What happens then is you get a much heavily weighted response rate for A because it's the first one they read. Randomization allows you to randomize the selections so that you don't get skewed information from your surveys. Recurring surveys is great because you can schedule these to come out regularly, and you see that it also plugs in with a lot more integrations, and again, the APIs, you get 1,000 per day, up from the 500 you get at the basic and simply 100 for free. So those are basically the three elements of the personal program with SurveySparrow and how and why you might choose each. And if you need a little bit more robust option, which would probably kick in based upon your number of responses you have, as well as each of these initial personal ones are simply for one user. To have multiple users, you have to jump up to the business program, which I'll show you now. To get to that, we click this tab to business. And that same yearly versus month by month option is there. Be mindful of that. The business plan starts at $99 per month. With 10,000 responses per month, you now start having 2 users. So you and another person can share access to the platform and work your surveys out together. You can now start adding logos to reports, which obviously if you're working on a business and want to raise brand recognition, that's going to be important. And you begin getting more complex in terms of the ways you can integrate and work with other websites and other tools that are out there. This is also the point at which you get phone support. I have worked with SurveySparrow a little bit, and they have been fantastic. To actually be able to call someone and have them respond and be at your beck and call, so to speak, is amazing. So can't top that. Custom workflows so you can show where data is going and directing accordingly. And you see the integrations start getting much more numerous. This is the point at which we are at the business platform, so you can see how you'll want to work across more and more platforms. The next step is enterprise. Of course, the numbers keep going up. The biggest one I'd highlight is the 10 users included. If you have a small team who's working on this and need to share things back and forth and have access before it goes out, that 10 users is going to probably be a deal maker for you. It incorporates some higher level custom technology companies like Salesforce and Intercom, both very much sales organization oriented companies. So you can work with basically everything you can conceivably integrate with once you're at this level. And the top level is elite. And really at this point, you're starting to get into strong customizations. A few things that I'd recommend: if you are a not-for-profit, or if you have a very unique working platform where maybe you need 10 users, but not other things in the enterprise, do contact them, reach out and figure out what the best pricing model is for your specific situation. They are pretty capable of working with you to customize a plan. They'll take advantage of what you need, but perhaps not having to pay for things you do not. So in short, that is the 3 different models for personal and business for the SurveySparrow platform. Without feedback, you die. SurveySparrow is the way to go. If you're still on the fence about which survey tool is best for you, click here for a video where we highlight the top 3 companies that provide survey tools and why we believe SurveySparrow is your best option.